Hello everyone, welcome. We are going to be opening a pack of Double Masters, and this video isn't just about this one pack opening because that would be much of a video. This is also about the entire set of Double Masters and what it means for the Magic community, and it seems just now that I'm looking at this pack, it might be about fake packs and resealed packs. So this, of course, is a real wrapper from Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast, but I don't believe that this is the original quality of it. And the reason I think that is because there's a lot of ways and a lot of people online. I bought this online from an Amazon seller. I actually got it for $4, about the normal price for a pack, and the reason is because I had a gift card and stuff. So it's not like I paid under what I was supposed to. I just got a discount because of that. So this is technically a fully priced pack. And for one, I just wanted a taste of what this was. I'm not buying any VIP or whatever because personally I think that's a total ripoff, and I think a lot of people agree with me on that. But this pack here, I don't know if you can see that too well, but there's like all these crinkles in it. Like, this is not how packs are whenever you're looking at a pack and you see stuff. They're supposed to be smooth like this. They're supposed to be a smooth pack. Even here you can kind of see crinkling, which that's not too out of the ordinary. But back here, there's like a giant crinkle here. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of stale, I guess you would say. And so there's a few good ways to check to see if something is a resealed pack. And one of these is, of course, you can already see that they glue them back together. And normally when you open a pack, all people, they go for the top. They go like this, and they open the top. But if you look at the top here, it seemed to open, kind of like a normal booster pack. That ripped way different. They're supposed to open at the middle and not down the back. That's not good. Let's take a look in here just to see if there's... I don't know. That seems kind of suspicious. Normally what you're looking for is little circles, little bubbles of glue. That came open really weirdly. It's all like frayed and whatever. That doesn't seem too normal. And the bottom is usually what they repack. So even the top right there, usually they keep it closed and they open them for the bottom because people always open from the top, so it doesn't matter as much. So let's take a look here. That, again, ripped really weirdly and is not really coming apart at all. Like, this is very concerning. Let's see here. Yeah, I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a resealed pack because your pack isn't supposed to fall apart when you open it. At least I don't believe. This could totally be just a really weird thing. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with like the French lands, the filter lands, whatever you want to call them, having the wrong mana cost and that kind of stuff, but this kind of weird pack, I don't believe this is how it's supposed to work. So let's just get right into it and see what happens. So this is the back, I believe, and this is okay. So these are the cards I get. Ooh, okay, yeah, gross wrapper. Okay, so we're gonna put all these little crumbs to the side and take a look. So just because this is the only pack that we're opening, I'm just gonna go through everything. Because, I mean, why not? It's like, we have the time to spare. So, Crushing Vines, 2 colorless and 1 green is an instant and a common. So you can choose one. Destroy target creature with flying, destroy target artifact. So, I mean, they have Plummet, which is 2, and they have, what is it? There's a lot of artifact destroying ones for 2 as well. So, I mean, you're basically playing an extra for some more versatility and everything wrapped into one card, but just run some Plummets and stuff, man. It's not that hard. Lightning Axe, 1 red, an instant. So as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card or pay 5. Lightning Axe deals 5 damage to target creature. So that's not too bad, actually. That's marginally okay. For 5, you have 1 and discard a card. That's not too bad. I mean, the alternate 6 for 5 damage isn't good. I wouldn't do that one. We have, I'll just keep using screen. We have Bloodbriar for 2 colorless and 1 green. He's a 2/3, so not too bad there. Creature Elemental. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodbriar. So I can see how that would be a good card in some decks. Ooh, immediately we get an Urza's Tower. So this is one of the Tron lands. I don't believe this is the Tron version. I guess you could say the cool art that everyone likes. I don't remember exactly who made it, but that dude, everyone knows the infamous, or I guess it's famous, I don't know what you would say depending on your opinion of it, but the Karn that he also drew, that everyone's like, well, this looks weird, or some people like, this looks awesome, it reminds me of old art, but yeah, that's really cool. So I think I own the original from, or not the original, but one of the older ones from, I think it was Ice Age, maybe it was Homelands. I don't know, but I have old versions, I think, of all three of them, actually. So this is a land, and if you tap it, you add 1 colorless. If you control an Urza's Mine and an Urza's Power Plant, add 3 colorless instead. So yeah, it is the exact same effect. We got a Surge Node for 1 artifact. Surge Node enters the battlefield with 6 charge counters on it. 1, and tap, remove a charge counter from Surge Node, put a charge counter on target artifact. So this is very dependent on other cards besides itself, because by itself it basically doesn't do anything worthwhile. So Relic Runner. So for 1 colorless and 1 blue, it's a 2/1, so not too bad. Relic Runner can't be blocked if you cast a historic spell this turn. Artifacts, legendary sagas are historic. So not too bad, not too bad. Ooh, there we go, an Expedition Map. So I don't think this version runs for too much, but it is a pretty good card. So for 1 colorless, it is you to cast it. It's an artifact, so for 2 when you tap, sacrifice this, search your library for a land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it's kind of like a Evolving Wilds almost, except you have to pay a little bit more, but you can put any land. It doesn't have to be basic. So there's kind of a trade-off there. So it could be good. I mean, it can be run in a lot of things. I could definitely see this being in Commander and that kind of stuff, definitely. Remember the Fallen. So for 2 colorless and a white, it is a sorcery, so you can choose 1 or both, so not too bad. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand, or target creature. Return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. So I could definitely see this being a good card since you can use 1 or both instead of the other one where you have to choose one. This is everything together, and you get the bundle no matter what you pick. Ooh, Darksteel Citadel. So this is our first uncommon. It is indestructible, so nothing can go through this. And you tap it to add 1 colorless. So not too bad, not too bad. We have ourselves a Chief of the Foundry. So for 3, he's a 2/3. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. So if you're running some artifacts, I could definitely see that as well. A lot of these have their uses. I mean, this maybe not as much as others, but not too bad. Gore Clan Rampager. So for 2 colorless, 1 red, and 1 green, he's a 4/4, so pretty standard there. But he has Trample and Blood Rush. For a red and a green, discard this card. Target attacking creature gets +4/+4 and gets Trample on the end of turn. So basically, you get to add all this dude's stats to someone else. So I could definitely see that also being something good to add to. I mean, red decks especially. And I mean, it kind of has both, because definitely a very aggressive card, but it buffs them up as you do in green. So I could definitely see that being one of the better ones. Ooh, and we have a Mythic right out the gate. Holy crap, look at that. Look at this. So Mana Echoes for 2 colorless and 2 red. It is an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may add an amount of colorless equal to the number of creatures you control that share a creature type with it. Tribal. That's all I can say, really. This is the biggest tribal I think you could get. So actually, did I bring my phone in? I'll have to price these cards a little bit later. But like I said, I don't think this card, I don't know what this card is worth, but it is definitely not one of the major hits, at least that I know for sure. So I'll come back later to that and see whether this card is good or not. I definitely think that, I mean, most mythics are, but that's awesome that our first one we get is a mythic. And Hammer of Nazahn. So this is another good one. So for 4, it is a legendary artifact equipment. Whenever Hammer of Nazahn or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. So whenever there is any sort of equipment, you immediately attach it. So if there's anything with a big equip cost, you get to bypass that, which is one of the reasons why this is a really good card. An equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible. So basically, this stays on the field for pretty much ever. There's only a few ways to get rid of indestructible, but I could definitely see that being a huge card. Everflowing Chalice, that's actually probably one of the better holo commons we could get. So for 0, it is an artifact, multi-kicker 2. You may pay an additional 2 any number of times as you cast the spell. Overflowing Chalice enters the battlefield with the charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. Add 1 colorless for each charge counter on Overflowing Chalice. So basically, you can just pump this thing up, which is why it's overflowing, and make it pretty sweet. Ooh, and look at that. Our extra foil was indeed a rare. That's awesome. So for 3, this is also an artifact. Lots of artifacts in here, apparently. So for 4 and tap, put a feint counter on target permanent. For 5 and tap, sacrifice Oblivion Stone. Destroy each non-land permanent without a feint counter on it. Then remove all feint counters from all permanents. So basically, this is pretty strong board wipe. And then we have ourselves a human soldier to go along with it. So this, I gotta admit, this... I don't think this was sealed, but like I said, I was looking for a lot of things, and I don't know if the quality of these is just not as good as I thought they were, but I don't know. This pack seemed, at least from the other packs I've opened, which I've opened quite a few now on my channel, but this seemed a little flimsy, I guess, but they did the same thing with the VIP boosters, where the official Wizards of the Coast logo isn't there anymore, which I don't really understand. But, I mean, there you have it. So this is kind of what we have here. And this is where I can kind of go into what Double Masters is. And I think it is a great set. Master sets, well, at least most Master sets are pretty amazing in what they have. It's all about the reprints and what they can provide and kind of giving new players a chance to play old and powerful cards. I remember I would go on Reddit every now and again and see on the MTG subreddit all of these awesome arts and reading all the cards that I'd never played before, because there's a lot of these cards that I was just not around with, or maybe were in the time that I kind of stopped playing and started coming back. So there's a lot of spots in my play and my knowledge of Magic the Gathering cards. So being able to see these and play with these is awesome for me, because then it kind of gives me a new insight into what Magic is and all the cards in it. But it also, I mean, it's the gimmick, which really ramped up the price here, with having 2 mythics or rares in each pack and 2 holofoils in each pack. And I do feel that is a bit of a high asking price, because you think it was like, what, $8 was the MSRP around there for what is it, Ultimate Masters, which is still a lot. It's double the price of a normal pack, but you do get a lot of good stuff in it. And not to say that was justified, which is debatable, but here I believe it is not. Just because you're adding more cards does not mean you get to ramp up the price. Even if you sold it for the Ultimate Masters price, I think a lot more people would be happy. And of course, the elephant in the room is the VIP booster that, I mean, people are buying, but even the people who are buying it and that are loving them still understand that they are extremely overpriced and that they're not for the average consumer. If you didn't know anything about the VIP boosters for Double Masters, you get 1 booster for $100. $100. And they try to kind of justify the price with everything, and there's holofoil, or at least most of it is holofoil. You get a whole bunch of lands, although they are from a pedophile. At least most of them are. So there's kind of a little bit of stigma around that, but also just the fact that you still get those commons and a whole bunch of uncommons. They are foil, but they're still commons and uncommons for $100. The main selling point, though, is that you do get like these packs, you get either 2 rares or 2 mythics, or no, you can't get 2 mythics, a rare or a mythic or 2 rares in every pack, and there are 2 box toppers, quote unquote. Of course, there are box toppers for the actual the booster boxes you can get, but for here, they are borderless, and they're kind of the full art, alternate art of a lot of these cards. And of course, that is the only place you can get those holo, or the holofoil box toppers in that rarity and in that version with the foil, and that is why they are so expensive. At least that is the justified price. And to be fair, I think the lowest, the cheapest of those borderless cards goes is for like $10-15. I I don't know exactly what cards there are, but it goes all the way up to, of course, Force of Will and Mana Crypt being hundreds of dollars. I believe the Borders Force of Will with the foiling is like $400 or maybe a little less, but extremely pricey and definitely pays for the box there, but you're not guaranteed that. You could get like $30 to $50 out of it and you just lost a whole bunch of money. Yes, you can get really good cards in it, but that doesn't justify the price. I feel that $100 for a booster pack is just asking for that separation of normal players to the more wealthy players to kind of expand and make it so this game is harder to play. I only bought one of these, and the reason is because each of these packs retailed at the beginning for $16.50. Now that is, it's so unbelievably stupid that someone would think, oh, hey, you know what? This pack that has a little bit more in it, you know what? The normalized MSRP for packs is $4, $3.99. So this one, that we're going to add in like one extra thing that doesn't really cost us any extra money to put in. And you may have heard this from a lot of other people, but it's 4 times the price, or at least it was. The packs I bought were about 14, so they lowered it a little bit. But still, you got to think that these packs are 4 times the cost of an average pack, and even the average packs, buying many of those is hard for a lot of players. So that meaning that basically this is supposed to be reprints that are for the whole point of this pack and this booster, the whole set itself is so that people are able to play with these really awesome cards because they are being reprinted so they don't have to go buy the really old expensive ones. But these are still expensive. You didn't change very much. And there's a lot of cards in here that also were just reprinted. That there is no reason for them to be in here. So I feel that, just in my opinion, that these are highly overpriced, and I don't recommend the average player to buy them. If you are going to buy stuff from here, buy the singles. The booster box itself retails for about $300, $330. It may have gone down, up and down. Release day was just a few days ago, so it's hard to know exactly, but that's still 3 times the normal booster box. So you get 24 packs. Or maybe, I believe 24 packs, maybe 36, but even for 36 packs, that is unbelievably priced for, yes, good cards, but not a guarantee. You're playing the lottery no matter what. That's just the baseline for any of these cards. Any booster packs, you are playing the lottery to see if you hit a good card or not, and you're never guaranteed to make your money back. Yes, you can make a lot of money on these, and there are some guaranteed drops in those booster boxes, but those are just rarity guarantees and card type guarantees. They're not guaranteed a specific card. You're not guaranteed a Mana Crypt in every single booster box you buy. So I just believe that if you're watching this and you're thinking and debating about Double Masters, for one, make sure that wherever you buy these packs, that they are from a reliable source, and if you can, buy them from your LGSs just to support them, especially in this time. But be careful of who you buy from, because you can be given, a lot of people were given resealed entire booster boxes. So there's a lot of, especially with newer sets, there's a lot of security risks that go on, and especially with the VIP, how they did not seal them with the Wizards of the Coast sealing and symbol on them. It makes it even more susceptible to these resealing. So just everyone out there, be careful, and if you want to get into Double Masters, just buy singles. Well, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this review of Double Masters, and also the kind of little bit of a how-to on how to check for those resealed packs. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and check out all my stuff on my YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description, and it should be somewhere in here in the video, probably towards the start, for more Magic stuff I have here. And if you have anything you want me to open and any suggestions about that, please let me know in the comments. And I will see all of you beautiful people in the next one.